Okay.
Wow, that was almost like a genie move.
Well, we're not good.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah. Welcome to this week's episode of The Antidote.
Hey, Marie.
Todd.
Yes, it's Sunday and we're ready to go.
I love when you're my guest.
Good. I generally am.
But next week you won't be.
Uh-oh, where am I going? Oh, who's coming?
Watch till the end of the show. We're going to give you a sneak preview of one of our new upcoming guests, because we like to have guests sometimes
Fantastic.
on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there was we did a show a couple weeks back on gym etiquette.
Yes, that's right. It was very popular.
We got a lot of response, and we had some people make comments. So I just realized that we really should be doing a part 2 of the gym etiquette.
Yeah, because you know what? It didn't cover at all in the first one. And maybe we might need a part 3.
There's so many ridiculous things that people do in the gym.
It's unlimited.
That we had to revisit it again.
Yeah, and there's people being jackasses right now and inventing new things.
Right this minute.
So that we can put it into a future podcast of what not to do at the gym.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. So We're going to start back again with the locker room. Now, it's so funny because after we did the show, I started thinking, going, wow, I can't believe I didn't tell this one. I can't believe I forgot about this one. This is going to be a little bit more of my own personal dislikes, and I invite you to share a lot of what your dislikes are, because I don't know if I asked you too much about it because I had such an agenda last time. Okay, so when you're in the change room, don't make it your own bathroom.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, they bring out everything and they take up the entire
spread
sink.
Your stuff around and hogging the sinks and hogging the showers, and everyone's got to wait for you to finish whatever you're doing in the shower because it's taking so long for you to finish. Nobody really likes that.
Do you think that's more of a girl thing when it comes to the laying everything out as if it was your own bathroom? I find that guys just get in there and do their thing. But the one thing I have is when they use it as their own bathroom, they put way too much bloody cologne on.
Yeah, well, I know that there are men, some of them called metrosexuals, that spend a lot of time primping and preening and trying to look good for all
the lotions,
their crushes and all that. But so, try to limit. There are many other people there. When you're at home, spend more time there. And when you're at the gym, just kind of try to get it done and get out of there. Another thing that I asked you, because I don't go to man changer, I only peeked in a few because I'm always curious.
Yeah.
To see what they look like and how different they are from women ones. Girls sometimes steal the things, the like the Q-tips and the cotton balls.
Really?
And they take that stuff home. Leave it there.
Yeah.
Just like those gross old scratchy gym towels. They're not good quality.
Yeah.
Get better stuff. Buy it yourself. Feel good about the things that you buy instead of just
That's
taking.
Right. The gym change room and showers is not your stock room. Okay, people, it's ridiculous. Just buy it yourself, for Christ's sakes, and stop raising my gym memberships because they have to replenish.
Yeah, replenish. Yeah. Everything. So by the time you finally get out of the change room, when you're doing your workouts, you're on the floor.
Yeah.
Good etiquette practice is trying not to stare too much at anybody else in the gym. Now, why would someone stare, though? Let's talk about that. Well, maybe someone's doing an exercise that looks wrong.
That's right, yeah.
And then I would say if you see someone doing something incorrect or unsafe, tell somebody, introduce yourself, offer some insight, or even offer someone to get some assistance from someone like us, personal trainers or people that can show you a safer way to do something.
Well, I guess that brings me to a part B of this thing.
Yeah, B, C. Oh, yeah.
Okay, can I give you a part B?
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right. So, for example, I find it's my duty, all right, because I have a pretty vast knowledge on this topic about fitness and health, and when I'm in the gym, I can give people pointers all the time, right? Now, if you're a good-looking woman, I'm giving you pointers because you had bad form, all right? I'm not giving you pointers because I'm trying to pick you up. Now, I know there's a lot of guys that are like, hey, how you doing?
And use the gym as a dating pool. That's and not a gym primarily.
No. When I'm giving you some advice and stuff, it's probably because you had crappy form, okay?
It's not probably.
Yeah, it's
Let's
not
just
probably.
Be honest.
It's
you
not
have
probably.
Crappy form.
You have crappy form. So when you are doing something like you're reefing on your neck, doing some sort of ab, and I go, hey, can I show you how to do this? Don't give me this look like...
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
Yeah, so like you're the girl. I'm like, hey, can I show you how to do this?
No.
There it is.
I know what I'm doing.
Thank you.
I know what I'm doing.
But then I say, you okay?
You don't know what you're doing.
Right, yeah.
If you're doing that with your head,
yeah.
You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, the next day, oh, my neck is so stiff.
Yeah, it must have been that, like, spin class that I went to.
Yeah, exactly. They blame it on Oops. Anyways, so that was
in my world it's called prospecting, which means basically we're just trying to help other people get temporarily educated until we get our hands on them, so we can teach them more things about fitness. It's important.
Right.
Don't expose your front yard or your backyard too much. Women and men. Yes. Don't wear those weird jammer pants. Those are 30 years old, and those like muscle shirts that only have the
spaghetti
shoulder straps that just cover the.
And their nipples are hanging out.
Line, yeah.
Okay, the 80s call. They want that stuff back. That with the weightlifting pants that were the American flag. You remember, like half of it was the red and white stripe.
Or the paint splatters, the rainbow multicolored.
Oh, yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's listen.
I have a theory why those things came out. Those pants. It's because guys didn't work on their legs, so the pants kind of ballooned out like as if you did work on your legs and you looked even.
But it was the dawn of MC Hammer and all that 80s junk.
Yeah, you can
that I don't like.
You can still see it at Walmart.
I'm not. I'm not knocking anyone that likes the 80s, but if you lived through it, it's honestly it wasn't all that.
Right.
I was training a client a few years back, and there was someone actually semi-famous that was walking into through the gym, and there was the beginning. This was at the dawn of the time when not only those jammer pants were kind of really finishing, but people started putting words on the back of pants.
Oh yeah.
In a
juicy.
That's exactly what it was. So he saw this girl walk away, and he just. This is all he did. He looked at me and he went, juicy. Okay, so it was funny, but yeah, it's distracting.
Yeah.
So no front yard, no backyard.
Yeah,
pants, shorts that are short enough that cover like that little cheek part of your bum. Yeah, don't tight. Clothe it too much. It's no high heels.
Right. I had actually, speaking of gym attire, if I can, before we get to the high heels, I had a colleague had to tell a lady that she couldn't wear just a thong on the treadmill. I don't know where she thought that she could just come up in her underpants. Yeah.
Sweden?
Yeah, Sweden maybe, I don't know, but sure as heck not in Toronto. But yeah, she just had a thong on. She's just like running. I was like, this, like, that only happens on Facebook pictures. They do that. They don't actually do that in real life.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
and the heels thing. One of our followers, one of our fans, told us that she sees women, not just one person, more than one. I thought, wow, that's almost appalling.
In high heels?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Just because Carrie Bradshaw did it in Sex and the City and ran with heels doesn't mean that you can run with heels on the treadmill, nor should you. It's mechanically corrupt. Don't do it.
Dopey.
It's one of the most unsafe, silliest, comical. Anyway, stop it.
Doesn't it kind of like the heel go? It doesn't have a roll to it. It's like clunk, clunk. The way that your foot would land when you're running in heels.
Or would you just call that minimalistic running? Because that's trendy now, but that's generally flat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Cool.
Okay. Don't copy what other people do in the gym.
Oh, yes.
I swear sometimes it's like the blind leading the blind out there. One week someone's doing something crazy. The next week everyone's doing it. Nobody knows what they're doing. Yeah. Everyone thinks they're doing the latest and the greatest. Mm-hmm. You're not. Just come and talk to us if you have a question. We'll even give you some tips for free when we're at the gym.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's
what we're there for.
It's funny you should mention that. Like, I had, I was learning, years ago, I was learning how to do a clean and jerk, right? Well, not just the cleans, the power cleans. And I had a substantial amount of weight because I got to a point where, a month in, I finally had it right. So I go to get a drink of water, and I was doing like high reps of like 135 pounds. This is clean, snapping it. And I go to get a drink of water, and I see a guy. He's grabbing the bar, and he's going to do one. I'm like, whoa, this is not like some beginner move. This is quite advanced. I actually had to have someone who was a power lifter show me how to do this properly. right?
I've been a trainer for almost 15 years, and I've never done that because I would call on someone like Todd, another professional, to do it. I wouldn't teach myself doing that because you need a secondary or a tertiary person with experience who's done it before, who can teach you how to do it properly. And wow, it does not take, you can't learn that in a weekend.
No. And you have to have someone who's watching all the angles because it is a very complex,
easy to get injured.
Yeah. Oh, so many places, right? So I'd be going to get a drink of water, and this guy is just like rolling his back into it, doing it. I'm like, oh my God, great. So he's going to slip a disc.
Because he saw you.
Because he saw me doing it. Great. Well, not slipping a disc, but doing the exercise.
And it's nice that people, admire our skill and expertise, but let's keep it in context. I mean, you wouldn't look at your surgeon and go, oh, I can do that. Why do you think you can do it in the gym? You can't.
Look, that guy, he put down his jackhammer. Let me try that out.
Points for trying, but it's inappropriate.
Right.
It's bad. It's not even just etiquette. It's just unsafe entirely.
Unsafe. Right.
So I know that people like to get together and be sociable at the gym. It's fine.
Right.
When you have 6 people, though, congregating and talking and blocking other equipment, it's not so great. Don't hog the equipment either. Don't be on the treadmill ad nauseum and be like Sir Runs-A-Lot and just not get off it. Or don't compete with the next person at the treadmill. Like, I'm going to outrun this person today because I need to look fit. Realize your limits. One thing that happened to me, and it's okay to joke sometimes about what you're doing in the gym if you know what you're doing, but don't tease people that are less strong than you or less competent, even if they're your friends, that they don't have the same skills that you think that you have. I was in an abs class, and I'll still talk about this 50-minute ab class, which I think is just ridiculous.
That's a long ab class, yes. Yeah.
It's just silly. 50 minutes. So it's a group ab class. It's 50 minutes. And this guy shows up, and we're all, and oh yeah, guess what? I got sore the most right here, my neck.
Your neck, right.
Because it's 50 minutes.
Right.
So we're in the class, and this guy, he's like, "Come on, Marie, you're a personal trainer. Come on, can't you work? Come on, can't you do it?" I'm thinking, well, first of all, the context is silly because it's 50 minutes. And secondly, don't out me in front of other people.
Yeah.
I'm already nervous because I know that I'm being looked at.
You're
and,
new
and
to
us,
it.
we have pressures. People like us, we have pressures to perform as well or better than the most experienced person in the room because people like to put that pressure on us. So I'm thinking, I just don't want someone to say anything. And then this guy said something, and I just thought, you're a weenie.
Well, actually, you make a very good point. For example, I'm not very limber. So when I take a yoga class, there's often people who, their first time taking yoga class is actually better than I'm at it, right? So if you're like looking at me going, oh, you teach spin and all this stuff, you should naturally be good at yoga. That's not actually the case. And when you're talking about, when you're putting people down for what they're doing, there could be some stranger doing the exact same workout that the person you're putting down, and they're like, oh, great. So I suck now? Like, listen, overhearing your conversation. So
it's called gym intimidation. Don't do it.
Yes, exactly.
Please. It's not nice. You don't make friends that way. You're certainly not going to get a date that way either, guys or ladies. Tell the group instructor that you're new. When you come to a class and you haven't done it for the first time, or if you're feeling like you're unsure about if you've done other classes at other places and it's a new class in a new location, even if you're a seasoned expert, always say, I'm new to this particular class. There might be something different or a new component about that class that you've never seen before.
Right.
I had a client, a very new client, that he was starting training, and he also wanted to take a spin class. So he said to me that just before he took it that day, he said, I'm going to go to the class. I really want to check out what it's all about. I'm going to go sit in the back.
Right.
He comes to me 2 days later, and I said, how was that spin class? He said, well, it was a small gym. It was just the trainer and I.
Right.
So just 2 people. And he couldn't sit at the back of the class. He didn't tell her that he was new. So the whole time through the spinning class, she's up in his face like this. Go, 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 go. He went home and he threw up.
Oh, yes.
Because he submitted to the go, 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 like he got pressured.
That's right.
And then he said, I'm never going to take another one of those classes again. I felt horrible because he could have had a good experience if he had told her that he's never done it.
Exactly.
He could have had a good experience if he had pulled it back a little bit and realized that he doesn't have to go, 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 go.
Right.
to know your limitations not only prevents you from getting injured, but it also helps you have a good time in the class that you sign up for.
Right. Well, I'm really glad you brought up the spin class, because this is what I always did at the beginning of my spin class. I would say, anybody here new? And then there would be people who were new, but they didn't want everybody to know that they were new. And so no one would put up their hands. I'm like, okay, well, if people want me to go over the measurements of the bike and the settings for the bike, because there is specific settings for when you get on a spin bike.
Yes, there
got to
is.
keep your knees slightly soft when you get to the bottom stroke. You got to make sure it's in line with your ankle. There's a whole bunch of positioning and how you have the seat and where your handlebars and everything. And how you place your handlebars will also determine some of the difficulties that you're going to face during the class, right?
That's right.
So it's more challenging depending on which way you position your bike. So if you don't speak up, then you could just get on the bike not knowing how you're supposed to set this bike up, particularly for your shape, frame, and skill set. And so now not only will it be more difficult and not as pleasurable experience, but you could actually wind up hurting like your lower back and your knees and other parts because your bike wasn't set up, because you didn't speak up and say, hey, I don't know how to do this. There's nothing wrong with that. Just speak up. It will be in your best advantage.
Sure. I mean, you might not get injured that particular day, but over time you might too. You can get an overuse injury or just a bad angle, bad form, wear down type of scenario. Also, for people that like to go to classes, if you go to the front of the class, there's two very important rules of class etiquette, group class or group fitness, or even spin class etiquette that you want to think about.
Right.
If you go to the front of the class, don't leave early.
Right.
If you have to leave early, take a seat at the back of the class. And if you are also at the front of the class, don't make up your own routine and mess up everyone else behind you and the instructor. It's incredibly distracting to do your own moves during a class.
Right. Well, yeah, I used to have that. I used to have this one lady in one of my box fit class, and I swear to God, she was doing a different class. I'd be doing punching and kicking, and she'd be doing pirouettes. It was crazy. I want to bring up a point of what you're saying, especially when it comes to this one particular situation.
Tell me.
I had this guy show up, and he had headphones on in my spinning class. He decided he was going to listen to his own music instead of what I had planned. And now I plan my spinning class based around the music, right? Because that's how I roll, right? So I said, you can't wear your headphones. You need to hear me. He goes, no, I can do what I want. And I'm like, no, I need you to listen to what I'm saying, and I need you to listen to the program that I'm putting forth. And he's just being a dick about it. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I teach the class, let him carry on, because I got bigger things to do, teach a class. And at the end of the class, I go to him, I'm like, did you enjoy my spin class? And he goes, yes, I did. And I go, well, that's too bad, because you're never coming back to my spin class ever again.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah. And he goes, you can't do that. And I go, yes,
I
sure can. I sure can.
Yeah.
And so
we can.
Yeah. And so this club that I worked at, they came to me and they said, oh, this guy, like a couple days later, he goes, this guy complained that you said you're not going to teach him anywhere.
That's right.
You can't throw people out of your class.
Yes, you can.
And I said, well, yes, you can. But I said, oh, I'm not throwing him out of my class. And they go, what do you mean? I go, well, if he shows up, I'm not teaching. Right?
Oh.
So get prepared. It's because if he shows up and he won't listen to me and it's a safety issue and I have a reputation to hold up and not getting people injured, if he shows up and you force me that I have to teach this class, and he's allowed to be in there, I'm not teaching. So get somebody ready to teach this class because I'm not teaching him ever again. Simple as that.
The whole point of group fitness is it's a group.
Yeah.
It's a team. If you go in being a rogue participant and you don't want to respect the fact that someone else is holding a class, there are lots of other times that you can use the spin bike.
Well, the spin bike's all over through the building.
With your own headphones on your time. You don't have to do it exactly at the time that someone else is taking. Respect the fact that there's a teacher in the room.
Yeah.
And I know that people sometimes like to do things their own way, and I applaud that too, but there's a time and a place for it, not when you're trying to do it in someone's class, really.
Right.
Yeah.
And another thing is my class is completely booked, right? Actually, I often have 5 or 6 people who can't get in because there's only limited seating, right?
Sure, so it prevents other people from enjoying your class.
So the people who really want to take my class didn't get a seat, and now you're a jackass listening to your headphones and not actually taking my class. Get the hell out. I don't need you there.
Yeah, it's not even about the class at that point. It's about something else.
That's right.
So we know that we talked a little bit about hygiene, too, last time. Yeah. Something I didn't mention last time is might not be obvious to all people, so we're going to just touch on it today. Hockey clothes, for example,
Hockey clothes?
they can get kind of sweaty and
Yes, that's right. Oh,
well, that's
yeah.
kind of obvious to people.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of knows. Anyone that knows anyone that's played hockey, or if you play hockey yourself, you know that your hockey equipment can get kind of
Rancid?
stinky. I said stinky, not sticky. It sounded like sticky, but stinky.
No, stinky. Well, maybe.
Same with your own personal gym clothes.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the gym
Right.
and you have a workout,
Right.
it would be wise and prudent to not just shove all those stinky, sweaty gym clothes back into your bag and then take them back to the gym the
Right.
next time you're at the gym without washing them. It seems so obvious, but there's a couple of different reasons why. You can actually get some kind of funky infection if you don't
That's right.
wash your clothes and your equipment. And also, if you don't wash your clothes in between gym visits, you will not meet all the people that you want to meet. So if you are using the gym as a dating pool, it's not going to work.
That's right.
You're going to be repelling people, and then you're going to have one of us have to approach you and have a very sensitive conversation about the
hate that
fact that you
conversation.
reek, and
Yeah.
that you're going to have to find a way to smell it down.
Yeah, the conversation kind of goes like this. Hi, sir. Can I speak to you over here for a second?
I've had to do that.
Yeah. Come over here. I gotta talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had some people approach us about
Our managers.
our managers approach us about your gym clothes. If you could maybe get fresher t-shirt and pants. You got to be very delicate. You can't say, "Well, you stink like ass."
No, it took me half an hour to
Yeah,
tell someone
yeah,
once that they reeked so bad because
Right.
my manager said, if you don't do it, I'm going to do it myself. It's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
Don't put us in that situation. Just
Please
wash your things.
Right. I got one more thing about
Yes.
stink. Okay, just one more thing. Just a tip. Okay.
Yes, tip.
Pay attention to some of the smells, actually, of your clothes. If your clothes smell like ammonia, like cat pee, okay?
Right. Good point.
Look into your diet because you could be burning too much protein or muscle tissue, for that matter, for your energy source. So if your clothes smell like ammonia, like a cat peed in your laundry basket, you might want to look into your diet. Go see a nutritionist. It's because something's something out of whack. Because when you get that smell, it's because I believe it's a nitrogen components make an ammonia. So that's why it's smelling like that. It's coming out of your skin and it's making that smell of ammonia.
Rule out your cat first.
Yeah, rule out the cat.
Protein second.
Yes. Thanks. Sorry.
Because it could be your cat.
It could be.
And then you have a bigger,
your cat
kettle of fish to deal with.
Right, your cat has psychological issues with
Cat
you.
would be angry at
Yeah,
you if
exactly
the cat's
what it
peeing
is.
on your stuff.
Right.
Okay. Something really obvious that people that don't work at gyms, maybe people that visit gyms don't think about this too much. Having your gym membership lapse or your dues lapse or your personal training contract lapse.
Yeah.
And the fact that you keep coming back to the gym without renewing your membership or your personal training sessions, it's really up to the trainer to enforce the fact that you're late on your payments. But the gym, don't sneak into the gym. Don't be a gym-migrant.
Gym-migrants, yeah.
Don't sneak in and just pay your dues. You certainly wouldn't go to a restaurant or a movie theater and pay after or don't pay at all.
Yeah.
Don't do it at the gym. It doesn't support anybody. It's bad karma, it's bad energy, and it's also bad manners.
That's right. Very good.
There we are. I'm looking forward to response right to us.
Yes.
RevengeGym.com, Marie at RevengeGym.com, Todd at RevengeGym.com. Send us a note. Let us know if you agree or disagree with anything. I want to hear from you.
Yeah. Hey, Maria, I really like this second part.
It was very informative.
It certainly was. Anyways.
Educational and informative.
Oh, by the way,
And funny.
you can now take these audio and make them into true podcasts. So follow us on our RSS feeds now. We have got the whole gamut going now.
That's right. So be safe. Enjoy your gym.
Yes.
Be considerate of others, and we'll see you next time on The Antidote.